Okay, so first of all, let me start off with this. And this is funny because I came out here, I did a treatment on the house, and the only place I couldn't reach after that treatment was around the backside because of the porch. I couldn't get that top eave. And sure enough, I woke up yesterday morning and there was a stink bug crawling along the inside windowsill in my office. I was like, oh man. So I grabbed my bottle. What's in my bottle? This is what you want to keep inside. My wife freaks out. She calls me, there's a stink bug. I have to go get the stink bugs. So now I'm going to leave her with one of these. But basically, this is just water and Dawn dishwashing detergent. Now, I go a little, some people say a tablespoon. I put 2 or 3 tablespoons in this. I want it pretty heavy. And all you got to do is just walk up to the stink bugs, give them 2 little shots, and you want to coat their body. What does that do? It basically suffocates the stink bug. So it coats their body and it suffocates them. And you can sit there and watch and time it, and it'll be within 4 to 8 minutes, I would say. You'll go out there and you'll see a dead stink bug on the ground. It's pretty cool, actually. However, this is, you have to soak the stink bug. There is no residual effect with this. No residual effect. So you can spray this on your windows and it doesn't matter. You have to coat the stink bug because it suffocates them. Got it? And that's true with most of your natural, non-synthetic killers, that you either have to coat the bug or they have to eat it for it to be effective. We use spinosad, which is a natural bacteria, which is great for organic gardening. It's all natural. We use that for caterpillars and everything, and it'll work on stink bugs, but the stink bugs, you either have to spray it on them or they have to ingest it. Just because you put a little bit of that on a surface and they walk across that surface doesn't mean that it's going to kill them. So that's true with most of your natural things. Now let's talk about a couple of the myths that really don't work. Dryer sheets. People say put dryer sheets on your windows or rub dryer sheets around the outside of your window. It's not effective. At this time of year, they're not really looking for those hormones. They're not looking for scent. That's not what they're there. They're just looking for heat. They're looking for a light source and heat, and they know that that's the house is where it is. So forget the dryer sheets. There's all kinds of, I have a list of them that I go over, but there's all kinds of these little myths or home remedies that simply don't work, especially in the fall. So in the fall is what we're talking about. And you can go to, the best thing you can do, I'll tell you what, if you want to research it yourself, go to something like Grok or Chat GPT and type in, are dryer sheets effective for stink bugs in the fall? And you'll see what I mean. It will say no. There's no proven evidence that it repels. It's more of a folklore or Reddit conversation, people on Facebook saying stuff. It just doesn't work. So there's one chemical that I recommend, because what you want is you want a residual product that when they come in contact with that residual product, that it kills them. You want something that is long lasting. So I'll link to the Bifenthrin that I use below. Bifenthrin, again, you can do your own research on it. It's probably the most effective residual killing product. And you want to spray it all along the eaves, up top here, around the windows, any place you have little cracks. You can't seal up every crack. People are going to tell you, go seal up every crack in your house. Good luck with that. They're still going to get in. I have brand new windows and I still see them inside the window screen in here. So Bifenthrin, you're going to spray it, especially because when stink bugs land on your house, they have a tendency to crawl sideways or up, and they're looking for a crack to hide. The other day I came out here and I was using my fogger. I have a fogger, and the nice thing about my fogger is it really reaches up high. I mean, I can really blast it, and it doesn't leave a heavy coat. It's a nice fine coat. But I was on that green shed over there, and I know that there were probably 60 stink bugs on that green shed over there. It's that time of year. They're going to want to come in. So in nature, they'll actually hide. They'll actually go into cracks in the trees and holes in the trees. The funny story is I keep an old shotgun in that shed over there. Last year, I pulled the shotgun out. I hadn't pulled it out in months. Opened up the chamber, and there was a stink bug in the chamber. They just go and they just hide. They will get into your attic up here. They'll get into your attic, and then they'll slowly, when the sun comes out, they'll get a little active, and they'll go down into your vents. They'll fall through your vents, and dude, they're just absolutely crazy. So let me go ahead. I'll string together some stuff. I show you myself spraying out here, and that's about it. Here we go. What are you killing today, Doc? Today, I'm going after my most hated enemy. And I'm looking around. Yep, there's one on that window. So there's nothing worse than being asleep at night and hearing tick, tick, and you know that a stink bug is probably going to land on your face in a little while. I hate them. Can't stand them. There's two of them. So upstairs in my office, I actually have an AC unit, and there's one there, and there's one there. There's one crawling there. Oh, I can't stand them. So when we first bought this house, of course, it was all nasty, and there were a lot of stink bugs. And so I do this treatment twice in the fall. As soon as we start to get these cooler temperatures, I'm going to actually do a treatment all in the house. I'll actually do one inside the shed, and I'll actually, since I'm doing it kind of special today, I'm actually going to blow into my crawl space, because what I'm using is I'm using my new fogger. So I just used this. I don't know if I have that video out or not, but I show you how I'm treating for army worms and cutworms and stuff up in our fields and up in our garden and I'm using a natural treatment, which is spinosad. I'll put a link to this. I'll put a link to the Bifenthrin. I'll put a link to just about everything. I'll even put a link to that thing, even though most people aren't going to buy one of those. So when we first bought this place, I used my backpack sprayer, and I went around, and you want to treat all the highest places, all those little hundreds of cracks up there that they can crawl into. You want to treat all around your windows, basically all around your house, down low, but stink bugs generally want to go up. So when they hit this, their instinct is to go up and find a high crack somewhere where they can go in. Here's a funny note. I just read the sticker on it, and it says, caution, water weighs 8.6 pounds per gallon. Use an amount of liquid that you can comfortably carry. We suggest 2 gallons. So I don't know what part of the world they live in, but as far as I know, everywhere in the world, water weighs 8.3 or 8.3132 pounds. So I don't know where their water weighs. They must have some heavy water. All right, so we're gonna put this top back on. I'll fire up, and then I'm gonna start blowing. Now, keep in mind, I understand most people aren't going to buy a fogger. That thing is about 300 bucks. I typically, up to this point, I have just used my backpack sprayer, but my backpack sprayer is probably about 300 bucks. You can just use a regular pump sprayer. Just get a regular pump sprayer, and what you're going to do is you're going to go treat that house. Now, I will tell you, I wear an N95 mask when I'm doing this. I have the one with the little breather valve on it. Wear eye protection and wear gloves. You're supposed to wear long sleeves and long pants and all that stuff when you spray, because when you're spraying up like this, you are going to have mist that comes back down on you. Now, is it safe? Yes, Bifenthrin is completely safe as long as you follow the instructions and let it dry. Once you spray it, everything's dry. There's no problem with pets, with humans, or anything. Now, some people are going to say, there's a bunch of videos about light traps. Light traps do not work in the fall. Let me just make that statement again. We put a huge light trap out back on this house 2 years ago. I built this massive light trap, and I never recorded the video or never published the video. We caught 0 stink bugs. We left it out here for almost 2 weeks. We caught 0 stink bugs. We caught a bunch of other bugs and gnats and little no-see-ums and all kinds of little other bugs, but not a single stink bug. Stink bugs are attracted to light traps in the spring and summer. That's more of a mating thing and more of a feeding thing. In the fall, that's not what they want. They want to go towards heat. They want to get to your house and they want to find a place to overwinter, it's called. They want to overwinter, hibernate basically. So that's what they're looking for. They're looking for those cracks up there. Now when you spray Bifenthrin, Man, these birds are loud. I will let you know that as you spray it, it has kind of a white look to it. So it'll kind of stain your windows a little bit. It does dry clear, but it still leaves a little bit of residue. So you may have to end up cleaning some windows at some point in time. I personally just leave it on the windows. I'm not worried about it. I let it sit there until my stink bugs go away, usually within about a month, and then I'll wash my windows. But you want that residual on there. You have to have a strong residual killer if you're going to kill stink bugs. Now, this method will kill and control 80 to 99% of your stink bug problem. You're still going to have that 10 to 1%. You're still going to have a stink bug or two get into your house, and that's why you want to have that spray bottle with the Dawn in it. Just make sure you have that. So we also use natural killers. Now, this is just about around the house is the only place that we use quote unquote pesticides. And I know someone's going to be like, you're killing the world. Whatever, dude. I'm not going to have stink bugs. This is about the only place I use pesticides. Everything else, so all of our gardens, all of our fields, the rest of this 40 acres, we use natural killers. That's spinosad A and D. That will kill armyworms. It'll kill bugs. It'll kill flies. It'll kill no-see-ums. It'll kill caterpillars. And it's a natural bacteria that actually they grow from the actual dirt. But the problem with spinosad is it's just not long-term effective. It's the same thing with something like pyrethrin. Pyrethrin is a natural killer from the chrysanthemum plant. Will it kill stink bugs? Yes. But it's only good for maybe about a few hours to maybe a day or two. That's the problem with the natural killers, is there's no long-term residual. And you're going to be gone at work all week long, and guess what the stink bugs all day long, they're going to be up here. Now, I guarantee you, because I didn't do a real thorough job, I can walk around here and find stink bugs that are landing on my house probably right about now, because in the afternoon, unfortunately, it wasn't real cold last night, so I don't know how many I'll actually find. But if I walk around, now I will tell you, like on my shed over here, the other day I came out here and there were probably close to 50 stink bugs as I walked around. Let's see if we got any today. I don't know if I sprayed. Did I spray this top area? Yeah, I must have. But I found about 5 stink bugs dead the next day on the ground out here. And I've got the sun here. And normally when the sun hits the side of this house, I'll have stink bugs just load up on this side of the house. They'll be on the roof. They'll be on the cracks up here. I came out here and there were 5 stink bugs on that one window. Today, there's nothing. Let me go around the back and see. There's one right here. You know what I should do? I should get that Dawn spray and spray it. Okay, there's a stink bug. We're going to spray them with the Dawn. This is the only stink bug I found on my shed. All right, let's see here. It's been about 30 seconds. Oh, he is suffocating. Help me. Pretty cool, huh? Look at that. All right, so that's no insecticide. That's just Dawn and water. And it's extremely effective. And it's quick. And he'll be dead very shortly. And I'm telling you, when you spray him with Dawn and water, it's like minutes, just a couple of minutes. And if you don't get them good the first time, hit him again. There's another one up here. Let's see if we can get him too. Oop, he flew away. So yes, I'm up here on the roof. So this is the one place that I cannot get from the ground. I got to come up here and I got to spray this. I'll spray around and I'm going to soak it heavy because I don't want to keep coming out here. So I'm going to give this a heavy treatment, but I consistently have stink bugs get into this area of the house. And it's because of this stupid, I can't reach it. Okay, actually, it's the next day, early morning, and I am sitting here doing eggs. Getting eggs ready for my neighbors. But what I want to make sure that we're clear on is, number one, the way to get rid of these stink bugs is to put that residual barrier all over the outside of your house. That's number one. Number two, have this inside the house. This is really, really important because you're going to have it. And trust me, have it somewhere, because in the middle of the night, you're going to hear it, you're going to see it, you just go up and hit it, and it does not stain. So if I go up and spray on these painted surfaces, it's just a little bit of Dawn and water. It's not going to stain the paint. It's not going to stain my blinds. It's not going to bother anything. Now, the final step, which is something you really need to sort of slow down and think about, is going to be a fogger. So you can basically, I'll put a link to these. It's like a 2 or 3 pack. If you're late to the game for stink bugs and you haven't put that barrier out and you know you've got stink bugs coming into your house, they're probably in your attic. That's where they're going to be. So understand the steps. Number one, this stuff is flammable. So you do not want to have your air conditioning on. So you want to go to your breaker panel and you want to shut off your AC units. Just shut down your AC. If you have a blower unit up there, make sure you don't have any lights on, make sure you don't have any fans running, make sure your AC unit's off, and you'll go set off 2 or 3 of these in your attic. And of course, leave your house for about an hour or so. Just let that stuff work. But if they're inside your house, you're too late. And and here's what happens. When the attic starts to get cold, they're gonna find these vents and cracks in your house, and then they're gonna come into your house. And that's what ends up happening. They come through these, they come through the AC vents. They crawl down the side of it. They get in that, they're crazy how they do it. So if you are seeing stink bugs inside your house, you more than likely have them up inside your attic. They'll hide in that insulation, and it's absolutely crazy. The best way to do this is to take action now. Get some of the Bifenthrin. I'll put a link down below. Put it in a sprayer. Put that outside barrier. Create that real strong outside barrier. Then, if you do have it, eventually you're starting to see them. You're going to have a couple. Either use a fogger or just rely on this. So anyways, I think that's it, guys. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. But we deal with this. I've dealt with this now for the past 3 years in this place, and I have knocked these things down. I mean, absolutely knocked them down. That's it, and I'll talk to you later. Doc.